What's up guys, it's Drac, and we finally got our hands on a double punch, and I'm actually pretty excited to review this one. Hasbro does gimmicks really well. They haven't entered the performance space yet, despite teasing us with a bunch of stuff that they canceled. So I'm thrilled that they've decided to launch an electronic gimmick that's doing something pretty cool. The rotating barrels are spicy. I like that. Comes with 2 magazines, comes with 50 darts, not being stingy anymore now that it's pretty obvious how cheap NERF Elite darts are. They've decided to give us a few extra, which is great because you will lose them. Paint job on this doesn't look bad either. You've got a sweet fade, kind of giving you an almost zombie aesthetic. Technically an Elite 2.0 blaster, however, has no Elite 2.0 features. No muzzle attachment, no stock attachment, no modularity. Elite 2.0 marking the death of what made Elite so very, very cool. This grip is built in, but actually looks to be pretty excellent. Like I said, 2 10-round magazines, 50 darts. It's gonna need 4 AA batteries. I have 4 fresh Duracells here, ready to go. Let's get out of the package. Let's talk about it a little more. Let's fire it a few times. All right, so inside the package, you get 3 of these dart packs totaling up to 50 Elite darts. You get a thing of instructions and the blaster itself, which true to form does come with 2 included 10-round magazines. No rail accessories, no removable or modular bits or business on here. For 35 bucks, that's not bad. Factor in the extra $5 in batteries that you're gonna have to throw in and you are off to the races. Let's get it loaded up. All right, so front to back, the blaster has 2 muzzles over here. You can see each leading to a different flywheel cage. That's not true, is it? 2 separate sets of flywheels, but what appears to be a single set of motors powering a single cage. Pretty cool. Coming up top, you've got an in-strike attachment rail, pretty decent. In the back, you have a built-in stock that's way too itty-bitty. Down below, you've got a grip with a standard rev trigger, no mag lock for that, a trigger, which of course is what actuates the blaster itself, and then a dual magazine release. One releases this magazine, one releases the other. You can operate them both by pushing forward with your middle finger, or you could do them independently, which is pretty cool. The grip, you can see my hand is just finding naturally. It's actually pretty good. It is clearly an inspired tactical AFG. Nothing but nice things to say about that. And then you even have this kind of thumb rest here, which you can see that's where my thumb finds, specifically to not interfere with the moving barrels while in operation. And this is a good gimmick. I mean, the moving barrels are really cool. The little sleeve on here of rubber is going to be the first thing to get damaged. You can see it's incredibly cheap and it pretty much graduates this thing to do not leave outside ever, period. However, I think that just over the course of normal operation that will wear down. It's a nice aesthetic though. It blends into the industrial design of the blaster. This clear here looks really good, kind of extending the accordion style fold into the blaster itself. Now you've got cutouts on both sides, which helps to disguise the fact that there is no logo paint on this side of the blaster. Only this side of the blaster has double punch and NERF highlighted. But building in your labels into the shell work itself means that it's easier to get that dichotomy of color and really make this seem like a more premium product, especially when you're considering that it's only $35. The bar has been set very low by the mothership in that price point. And this feels really nice. The quality is good, the build quality is nice. Overall, I'm pretty pleased. I wish that this was a stock attachment point because again, the stock is too short to be useful and ultimately just kind of gets in the way. However, the blaster itself is pretty cool from a color palette perspective. Again, it kind of blends Elite 2.0 into almost zombie strike feels combined with the translucent plastic here letting you kind of see the guts, see where your magazines are, see how the pusher works. This is of course a semi-auto blaster, but then also see your motors and flywheels and switches and what have you. A few different safeties in here. You can see this is the lock switch for the jam door. Now, interestingly enough, you can really only reach your first magazine through the jam door. So if you have a jam on the dominant side of the blaster, good luck. But let's fire off a few rounds and just kind of see, does it spark joy? Is the gimmick gimmicking? Takes a long while to rev up, however, it's a binary trigger. It does spark joys. Binary trigger. You get one trigger pull back to fire your first shot, release to fire your second shot. Oh, you're gonna exhaust the ammo so heckin' fast. And there's a limit to how much ammo you can have on board this. It's not like you can fit 2 50-round drums side by side. Binary trigger, Hasbro. Pretty cool. Let's take it outside and put it over the crony. Alrighty guys, so we're out here with the old double punch, just double punch an accent. The binary trigger is sweet. The chronograph is still down. The weather is still yucky, but I want to get a range test in here and see if this is performing a la Stryfe. I do want to add a correct myself. I've been able to peer inside the double punch as we contemplated briefly the idea of making a kit and then abandoned it entirely. The truth of the matter is this has one mega wheel. It's like got a drum wheel going through. I thought this was two separate wheels down there as I look down the barrel. No, it just looks like two separate wheels because there's two separate barrels leading to the same large drum wheel. A very funky design and a great way to save costs, probably leading to this being 35 bucks having the two motors and two wheels only. But I don't know what to say other than it was working great inside and now it's really struggling. Ranges when firing look to be about 25-30 feet. I would be willing to say this is about a 60 FPS, 65 FPS blaster, but I'd have to check out some of my peers to find out if those chrony numbers are accurate. I can tell you whether it's dart slip or just general, good old-fashioned Hasbro quality, it does not like running out here in this humidity. So I'm gonna take it back inside, but clearly it was firing just fine inside and sparked plenty of joy. Now that I'm outside trying to play with it, it's kind of rough. But that's why they're honest reviews, right? We're not gonna fib to you about anything. We just wanna show you the product as it is. I think that this has a lot of potential. I will not be personally making a mod kit or guide for this one just because I don't think that this is a performance-focused blaster and instead should live in funky, fresh gimmick land. But you guys let me know what you think of it in the comment section down below. Let me know. I think the most fun thing to do would be to take the old 18-round drums, mount one this way, mount one this way, which requires some light modification to the drum to invert one of them. And then you'd have a 32-round drum on your double punch, providing 18 shots of 2-round burst. This one wouldn't be a bad, like, stock class HVZ blaster. Anyway, let me know what you think of it in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I do think that this one is a thumbs up at 35 bucks for a primary class gimmick that delivers some smiles. I think that this one is a lot of fun. That's my hot take on it. Give me yours down below. Much love. Blast on, Drac out.